all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. First of all, from all of us here at Bloomberg Quint, here's wishing you a happy and prosperous new year. This is the All You Need to Know podcast, and I'm Alex Matthew. Here's everything that you need to know at the start of the new year. As we enter the new year, focus now turns to the Budget 2020, which will be announced on the 1st of February. And perhaps one of the most watched numbers will be the fiscal deficit number. Based on the latest data, there are concerns that India will breach its budgeted target for fiscal deficit for a third straight year. The fiscal deficit widened further in November to 8.07 lakh crore rupees, according to data released by the Controller General of Accounts. That's 114.8% of the budgeted estimate for 2019-20. And there was a little more bad news on the economy front yesterday, but there's a glimpse of a silver lining. India's core sector output contracted for the fourth straight month in November, but the pace of deceleration was slower. The index of 8 core sector industries that form about 40% of the index of industrial production fell 1.5% in November. On a cumulative basis, the index was flat from April to November 2019 compared to a growth of 5.1% in the previous year. Now, people looking to travel by the railways in the new year are going to have to shell out more. Yesterday, the railways announced a fare hike across its network, excluding suburban trains, with effect from today. Ordinary non-air-conditioned, non-suburban fares have been hiked by 1 paise per kilometre of journey, and the railways also announced a 2 paise per kilometre hike in fares of mail or express non-AC trains and a 4 paise per kilometre hike in the fares of AC classes. Reliance Industries started testing its online shopping portal, moving a step closer to billionaire Mukesh Ambani's goal of setting up a digital platform to take on e-commerce giant Amazon.com in India. JioMart, which is open to select customers who pre-register, promises more than 50,000 grocery products, free home delivery, and a return policy that asks no questions. Over a month after it was barred by the Securities and Exchange Board of India from taking new clients for misusing clients' securities, the troubled Kavi Group on Tuesday, that's yesterday, announced corporate restructuring to separate non-financial businesses from the financial ones. Now, in international news, US President Donald Trump said he will sign the first phase of a trade deal with China on the 15th of January, sealing an agreement that sees China raising purchases of American farm goods in exchange for lower tariffs on some of its products. The ceremony, according to Trump, will take place in the White House. The president will then travel to Beijing, where talks will begin on the second phase of the deal. Meanwhile, a trade deal between the US and Japan that cuts tariffs on some agricultural products and industrial goods took effect today, with little indication that the two sides would meet a pledge to soon start a new round of talks, broadening the pact. Under the deal, Japan reduced tariffs on beef, pork, and additional U.S. agricultural products to the same levels it grants other trading partners in the Trans-Pacific Partnership Regional Trade Agreement. Japan failed to secure its goal of reduced tariffs on the cars and auto parts that it exports to America, however. Meanwhile, Kim Jong-un has declared that he would no longer be bound by his pledge to freeze major weapons tests, saying that the regime would soon debut a new strategic weapon and take shocking action toward the US. In international markets, US stocks capped one of the best years of the past decade with a slight gain. In fact, this is the best performance for US stocks since 2013. Most of the international markets will remain shut today for the first of the year holiday. And with that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day for India. Good morning, Darshan. How are we looking on the first day of 2020?
Hi, Alex. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm wishing everyone a very happy and prosperous 2020. As far as the global cues are concerned, the US markets ended with a slight positive bias. The European markets were down in trade. No cues coming in from Asia, given the fact that most of the markets are shut on account of New Year. The SGX Nifty currently is indicating a mild positive outlook. But lots of stocks to watch out for. The auto stocks will be in focus. Auto companies will start declaring their sales number for the month of December. So that will be interesting. Most of the auto stocks over the past few days have been buzzing on the expectation of better numbers in December. Sterling and Wilson Solar will be in focus. The promoters have enabled repayment of 1,000 crores from the date of listing to December 31st. The outstanding loan from the date of listing has fallen from 2563 crores to 1644 crores, and the promoters have proposed to facilitate repayment of the balance outstanding loan amount in 3 tranches till September 2020. Embassy Office Parks REIT will be in focus. They have executed agreements with Embassy sponsor to acquire 0.6 million square feet leasable area with a 9.25% initial yield in Bangalore. The acquisition cost for the transaction is 740 crores, which will be funded through additional debt. Adani Green Energy's arm has commissioned its 75 megawatt wind power project, having a PPA with MSEDCL at 2.85 per unit for a period of 25 years. The commercial sale of power will start from today. IRCTC will be in focus. The Indian Rails will raise fare for passengers travelling by ordinary non-air conditioned class of trains by 1 paise per kilometer per passenger, and it will be 2 paise for longer distance train as well as express trains. Yes Bank Care Rating has downgraded rating across various types of bond, aggregating to 21,000 crores by 1 notch. Premier Explosives has received contract for supply of explosive from Jaiprakash Power Ventures for 15 crores. Also watch out for the aviation companies, because IOC has raised aviation turbine fuel prices by 11% over last year, so most of them probably will be in focus. In terms of bulk deals, Morgan Stanley sold in 6.6 lakh shares of Prince Pipe Fitting, the recently listed IPO, had done it at 160.5. The company also said that the promoters have repaid 200 crores loan in escrow and no pledge or encumbrance of shares as of now. And Tourism Finance Corporation, in which Indiaman Fund Mauritius acquired 25 lakh shares in the company. Red Kite Capital, which is one of the promoters, was the seller in this bulk deal. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab, and you will be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. And as always, thank you all for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day and an amazing 2020.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you could listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.